A young girl sees a real fairy in the garden near her house. Sophia is an innocent girl with a troubled past, and when she went to the garden near her new home, she saw something incredible. A tiny creature among the flowers, and as she got closer, she realized it was a real fairy. But this isn't the only secret of this hidden garden. There's something more in the forest nearby. Something dark that will completely change the lives of Sophia and her mother. Let's see what happens next. Evelyn lived a real nightmare. Every day with James was marked by violence and fear. He not only inflicted physical harm, but also shattered them psychologically. Evelyn endured everything in silence, thinking of her little Sophia, just 7 years old, who also suffered at the hands of her father. After years of suffering, Evelyn decided it was time to flee. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she needed to save herself and her daughter. With her heart racing and hands trembling, she began planning their escape. She saved every penny she could, packed a small bag, and waited for the right moment. One night, when James was out drinking, Evelyn seized the opportunity. She quietly woke Sophia, whispered that they needed to leave, and together they slipped into the darkness. Sophia, sensing the urgency in her mother's voice, didn't ask questions. She trusted Evelyn completely. They walked through dimly lit streets, Evelyn holding Sophia's hand tightly. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the outskirts of the city. There, they found a small, abandoned wooden house. It wasn't much, but it was safe. They moved in, thankful for a roof over their heads and the newfound sense of freedom. The house stood beside a vast, beautifully maintained garden, despite the isolation of the area. Sophia was instantly drawn to the flowers and the gentle sounds of nature. For Evelyn, this place symbolized hope, a fresh start away from the horrors they had left behind. In the days that followed, Evelyn worked tirelessly to make the house a home. She patched up holes, cleaned every corner, and did everything possible to ensure Sophia felt secure. Sophia, meanwhile, explored the garden, finding comfort and joy in its hidden wonders. Their new life wasn't easy, but it was a life where they could begin to heal. Evelyn found work that helped them get by, while Sophia spent her days playing in the garden, her spirit gradually mending. They were finally free, and together, they started to build a new life filled with love and hope. As the days went by, Evelyn and Sophia started to settle into their new life. The old wooden house, though simple and modest, provided them with the safety and peace they had longed for. Evelyn worked hard to keep things in order, while Sophia, with her boundless curiosity, spent most of her time exploring the vast garden that surrounded their new home. The garden was a hidden gem, a place of wonder and beauty. Flowers of every color bloomed in abundance, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. Birds sang from the trees, and a gentle stream trickled nearby, creating a soothing melody. Sophia felt a strange sense of enchantment every time she stepped into the garden, as if it were alive with magic. One sunny afternoon, unable to resist the garden's allure, Sophia ventured deeper into the maze of flowers and plants. She marveled at the vibrant colors and intricate patterns of the petals, her heart light with joy. As she wandered, something caught her eye, a tiny, glowing figure flitting among the blooms. Squinting, Sophia realized it was a small fairy, her wings shimmering in the sunlight. The fairy noticed Sophia and, startled, quickly hid behind a flower. Excited by her discovery, Sophia returned to the garden every day, hoping to see the fairy again. She spent hours searching and calling out softly, determined to make contact. One day, as Sophia was exploring, a wild dog suddenly appeared, growling and charging towards her. Fear gripped her, but before she could react, the fairy appeared, casting a bright light that put the dog to sleep instantly. The fairy then turned to Sophia, her tiny face filled with concern. "Are you all right?" she asked. Sophia nodded, still trembling from the encounter. "Thank you for saving me. What's your name?" "I'm Luna," the fairy replied with a gentle smile. "And you must be Sophia." From that day on, Sophia and Luna became inseparable friends. Every day after school, Sophia would run to the garden, eager to spend time with her magical companion. Luna introduced her to the secrets of the garden, teaching her about the plants, animals, and the enchantment that kept everything so beautiful. Despite Evelyn not being able to see Luna, she noticed the joy and excitement in Sophia's eyes and assumed her daughter had created an imaginary friend. She found comfort in Sophia's happiness, believing it was a sign of healing from their past trauma. One evening, as they sat together in the garden, Luna warned Sophia about the northern forest. "Never go there, Sophia. It's protected by a monster who guards the area fiercely. It's dangerous and not safe for you." Sophia promised to heed Luna's warning, grateful for her friend's concern. Meanwhile, Evelyn continued to work hard, finding solace in their new routine. She was relieved to see Sophia so happy, even if she didn't fully understand her daughter's fascination with the garden. Their new life seemed perfect, but they were unaware of the challenges looming on the horizon. The garden, with all its magic and beauty, held secrets that would soon be threatened. Yet, for now, Sophia and Luna enjoyed their time together, creating memories in the magical haven they called home. Sophia's days were filled with wonder as she explored the magical garden that surrounded her new home. Every corner of the garden seemed to hold a new secret, and her curiosity grew with each passing day. One afternoon, as she wandered deeper into the flowers, she saw something that made her heart skip a beat. Flitting among the blooms was a tiny, glowing figure, a fairy. Sophia's eyes widened in amazement. She had read about fairies in stories, but seeing one in real life was beyond her wildest dreams. The fairy noticed Sophia and quickly hid behind a flower, her wings shimmering in the sunlight. Determined to meet this magical creature, Sophia returned to the garden every day. She spent hours searching and calling out softly, hoping to catch another glimpse of the fairy. Her persistence paid off when, one day, the fairy reappeared. This time, Sophia moved slowly and gently, trying not to startle her. "Hello," Sophia whispered, her voice filled with awe. "My name is Sophia. What's yours?" The fairy hesitated for a moment, then fluttered closer. "I'm Luna," she replied, her voice as delicate as a breeze. "Why are you here, Sophia?" Sophia's heart raced with excitement. "I just moved here with my mom. I love your garden. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen." Luna smiled, her wings flickering with light. "Thank you. This garden is very special. It's my home, and I take care of it." As the days passed, Sophia and Luna became fast friends. Sophia would rush to the garden after school, eager to spend time with her new magical companion. They explored the garden together, Luna teaching Sophia about the plants, the animals, and the enchantments that kept everything so vibrant and alive. One afternoon, while they were playing near the stream, Luna's expression turned serious. "Sophia, there's something important I need to tell you," she said softly. "You must never go into the forest that starts just beyond the garden's edge. It's protected by a monster who guards the area fiercely. It's very dangerous." Sophia nodded, her eyes wide. "I promise, Luna. I won't go into the forest." Despite Evelyn not being able to see Luna, she noticed the joy and excitement in Sophia's eyes and assumed her daughter had created an imaginary friend. She found comfort in Sophia's happiness, believing it was a sign of healing from their past trauma. One evening, Evelyn decided to follow Sophia to the garden, curious about the place that brought her daughter so much joy. She watched from a distance as Sophia seemed to be talking to someone, her face lit up with happiness. Evelyn smiled, relieved to see Sophia so content, even if she didn't fully understand her fascination with the garden. As Sophia and Luna's bond grew stronger, they continued to explore and play, unaware of the challenges that lay ahead. The garden, with all its magic and beauty, had become their sanctuary. But soon, their peaceful haven would be threatened, and their friendship would face its greatest test. Sophia's days became a whirlwind of joy and excitement as her friendship with Luna, the fairy, blossomed. Every afternoon after school, Sophia would dash to the garden, her heart filled with anticipation. Luna, with her delicate wings and glowing presence, was always there, ready to share new adventures and secrets. Luna showed Sophia the hidden wonders of the garden. They would spend hours by the stream, watching the water sparkle in the sunlight, or exploring the nooks and crannies where tiny creatures lived. Luna's knowledge of the natural world seemed limitless, and Sophia was eager to learn everything. "Sophia, look at this flower," Luna said one day, pointing to a vibrant blossom. "It's called a moonflower. It only blooms at night, under the light of the moon." Sophia's eyes widened with wonder. "It's beautiful. I never knew flowers could be so magical." Luna smiled, her wings fluttering gently. "The garden is full of magic, Sophia. You just have to know where to look." Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. Luna became not just a friend, but a mentor and protector. She taught Sophia about the delicate balance of nature, the importance of kindness, and the power of believing in the unseen. Sophia, in turn, shared her own stories, her dreams, and the challenges she faced with her mother. One afternoon, as they sat beneath a canopy of flowering vines, Luna noticed a shadow of sadness in Sophia's eyes. "What's wrong, Sophia?" she asked softly. Sophia sighed. "Sometimes I worry about my mom. She works so hard, and I wish I could do something to help her." Luna's expression grew thoughtful. "Your love and support mean more to her than you know. But maybe there's something special we can do together to show her how much you care." Inspired by Luna's words, Sophia and the fairy planned a surprise for Evelyn. They gathered wildflowers from the garden, weaving them into a beautiful garland. Sophia made a card, decorated with drawings of the garden and a heartfelt message of gratitude and love. That evening, when Evelyn returned home, Sophia presented her with the garland and the card. Tears filled Evelyn's eyes as she read the words, her heart swelling with pride and affection. "Thank you, Sophia. This is the most wonderful gift I've ever received." Sophia beamed, feeling a warm glow inside. Luna watched from the shadows, her own heart full of joy at the sight of their bond. Despite the happiness they found in the garden, a sense of foreboding lingered. Luna often reminded Sophia of the dangers lurking beyond the garden's borders, particularly the ominous forest to the north. "Remember, Sophia, never go into the forest. It's protected by a monster, and it's too dangerous." Sophia nodded, promising to heed Luna's warning. She trusted her fairy friend completely and knew that Luna's guidance was meant to keep her safe. Their magical friendship continued to flourish, even as the outside world threatened to encroach on their sanctuary. The garden was a place of wonder and enchantment, a haven where Sophia and Luna could dream and play. But as challenges loomed on the horizon, their bond would be tested like never before. Sophia and Luna's days were filled with wonder and laughter, but beneath the surface, a shadow loomed. Luna often reminded Sophia of the forest that began just beyond the garden's edge. It was a place of darkness and danger, guarded by a fearsome monster. The fairy's warnings were always gentle but firm, her eyes reflecting the seriousness of the threat. One bright afternoon, while they were playing by the stream, Sophia's curiosity got the better of her. "Luna, why is the forest so dangerous? What kind of monster lives there?" Luna's face grew solemn, her wings fluttering slowly. "The forest is a place where the magic of the garden cannot reach. It's guarded by a powerful and ancient creature who protects its secrets fiercely. Many who have entered the forest have never returned." Sophia shivered at the thought. "What does the monster look like?" Luna hesitated before answering. "It's said to be a large, shadowy figure with eyes that glow in the dark. It can move silently and swiftly, and it has the power to put anyone who enters the forest into a deep, eternal sleep." Sophia's eyes widened with fear and fascination. "Has anyone ever seen it?" "Very few," Luna replied softly, "and those who have speak of it in whispers. The forest is its domain, and it doesn't take kindly to intruders." Sophia nodded, understanding the gravity of Luna's words. "I promise, Luna, I won't go into the forest." Luna smiled, relieved. "Thank you, Sophia. Your safety means everything to me. As long as you stay within the garden, you'll be protected." Despite her promise, the forest remained a source of intrigue for Sophia. She often found herself gazing at the dark tree-line, wondering what lay beyond. But the fear of the monster and her trust in Luna's wisdom kept her from venturing too close. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the garden, Luna's warnings took on a new urgency. "Sophia, there's something you need to know. The forest isn't just dangerous because of the monster. There are other forces at work, ones that seek to disrupt the balance of the garden. Sophia looked at Luna, puzzled. What do you mean? There are beings, dark spirits and malevolent creatures, that live in the forest. They thrive on fear and chaos. If you wander too close, they might try to lure you in. A chill ran down Sophia's spine. How do I avoid them? Stay close to the garden, Luna advised. Its magic will protect you, and if you ever feel afraid or unsure, call for me. I'll always come to help you. Sophia nodded, grateful for Luna's vigilance. The fairy's presence was a constant comfort, a beacon of light in an uncertain world. She knew that as long as Luna was by her side, she would be safe. As the days turned into weeks, Sophia heeded Luna's warnings, focusing on the beauty and magic of the garden. Yet, the forest remained a dark, looming presence in the background, a reminder of the hidden dangers that lay just beyond their sanctuary. Little did they know, a new threat was approaching, one that would test their bond and the strength of the garden's magic. But for now, Sophia and Luna cherished each moment together, their friendship growing ever deeper amidst the enchanting flowers and whispering trees. The peace and magic of the garden were suddenly threatened one morning when the distant roar of machinery shattered the tranquility. Evelyn and Sophia awoke to the unsettling sounds of heavy equipment and voices echoing through the previously silent landscape. Evelyn, with a sense of foreboding, decided to investigate. She discovered that a construction company had arrived with plans to clear the area and build a private condominium. The once serene and isolated garden, their safe haven, was now at risk of being destroyed. Evelyn's heart sank as she realized the magnitude of the threat. The wooden house where they had found refuge and the magical garden that had brought so much joy to Sophia were in danger. Evelyn hurried back to the house, her mind racing with fear and uncertainty. She found Sophia in the garden, playing with Luna. Seeing her daughter so happy, unaware of the looming danger, made Evelyn's heart ache. "Sophia, we need to talk," Evelyn said gently, trying to mask her anxiety. "There are people here who want to destroy this place and build something new." Sophia's eyes widened in fear. "But what about the garden? And Luna? Where will we go?" Evelyn hugged her tightly. "I don't know yet, but we'll figure something out. We have to stay strong." Luna, who had been listening, looked deeply concerned. "Sophia, the garden is protected by ancient magic, but it's not invincible. We need to find a way to stop them." As the construction workers began to clear the land, the garden's creatures grew restless. Birds took to the sky in flocks, and small animals scurried to find new hiding places. The enchanting beauty of the garden seemed to dim under the shadow of the encroaching machines. Sophia, with Luna by her side, watched helplessly as the construction equipment drew closer. Tears welled up in her eyes. "Luna, isn't there something we can do?" Luna's wings drooped, reflecting her own sense of helplessness. "There might be a way, but it's dangerous. We'd need the help of the forest monster. It's the only force strong enough to protect the garden from this threat." Sophia remembered Luna's warnings about the forest and the monster that guarded it. Fear gripped her, but the thought of losing the garden was unbearable. "I'll do it," she said with determination. "I'll ask the monster for help." Evelyn, overhearing their conversation, was confused. "Sophia, what are you talking about?" Sophia looked at her mother with resolve. "Mom, I need to go to the forest. It's the only way to save the garden." Evelyn, though unable to see Luna, had come to trust her daughter's instincts. "If you believe it will help, then I'll support you. But please, be careful." With Evelyn's reluctant approval, Sophia and Luna made their way to the edge of the garden, where the dark forest loomed. The sounds of construction echoed behind them, a stark reminder of what was at stake. Taking a deep breath, Sophia stepped into the forest, Luna close by her side. The air grew colder, and the trees seemed to close in around them. Every step was filled with trepidation, but Sophia pressed on, driven by the need to save the garden and protect the magical creatures she had come to love. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the shadows grew thicker, and an eerie silence enveloped them. Suddenly, a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the darkness, and a low growl rumbled through the trees. Sophia's heart pounded in her chest, but she stood her ground. ready to face whatever came next. The monster, a towering figure of shadows and light, emerged from the darkness. Its presence was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. "Why have you come here?" it demanded in a voice that echoed through the forest. Sophia, summoning all her courage, stepped forward. "We need your help. The garden is in danger of being destroyed by humans. Please, help us protect it." The monster studied her with its glowing eyes, then nodded slowly. "I will help you, but it will come at a cost. Are you willing to pay it?" Sophia glanced at Luna, who gave her an encouraging nod. "Yes," she said firmly. "I'll do whatever it takes to save the garden." The monster's eyes glowed brighter. "Very well. I will drive away the humans, but you must promise to never enter this forest again. The magic here is dangerous and not to be trifled with." Sophia agreed, her heart filled with a mix of fear and hope. With the monster's help, they might just be able to save the garden and their home. As they turned to leave, the monster's growl echoed through the trees, a reminder of the power and danger that lurked within the forest. Back at the garden's edge, Sophia and Luna watched as the monster unleashed its fury upon the construction site. Workers fled in terror, machinery malfunctioned, and the once threatening presence of the construction company began to dissolve under the monster's wrath. The garden, for now, was safe. Evelyn, seeing the chaos unfold, held Sophia close, relief washing over her. "You did it, Sophia. You saved the garden." Sophia smiled, looking at Luna with gratitude. "We did it together, Mom. All of us." But as they celebrated their victory, they knew that this was just the beginning. Protecting the garden and their new home would require constant vigilance and unwavering courage. And with Luna and the monster of the forest by their side, Sophia and Evelyn were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the construction company moved closer to destroying the garden, Sophia knew she had to act fast. With Luna's guidance, she had ventured into the dark forest, seeking help from the mysterious monster that guarded it. This creature, shrouded in shadows and ancient magic, was their last hope. The forest was dense and foreboding, every step deeper into its heart filled with tension. Sophia clung to Luna, who glowed faintly to light their way. The air grew colder, and the trees seemed to whisper warnings, but Sophia pressed on, driven by the need to save her home. Suddenly, the monster appeared, a towering figure with eyes that glowed like embers in the darkness. It was both terrifying and majestic, its presence commanding and powerful. "Why have you come here?" the monster's voice boomed, reverberating through the forest. Sophia, summoning all her courage, stepped forward. "We need your help. The garden, our home, is in danger. Humans are trying to destroy it, and we can't stop them on our own." The monster studied her intently, its eyes piercing through her resolve. "You seek my protection for your garden?" it asked, its voice softer but still filled with power. "Yes," Sophia replied, her voice steady despite her fear. "Please, help us save the garden and the creatures that live there." The monster's eyes narrowed as it considered her plea. The forest and the garden are connected. The magic that protects one flows through the other. "I will help you, but there is a price." Sophia nodded, willing to accept whatever it took to save her home. "I'll do whatever it takes." The monster's form seemed to shift and shimmer as it spoke. "If I intervene, the humans who threaten your garden will face consequences beyond your understanding. You must never enter this forest again, and you must respect the balance of nature that we protect." Sophia agreed, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope. "I promise." With a final, solemn nod, the monster turned and disappeared into the shadows. Sophia and Luna quickly made their way back to the garden's edge, where they watched in awe as the monster's power was unleashed. The construction site became a scene of chaos. The ground shook, machinery malfunctioned, and a deep, eerie mist enveloped the area. Workers fled in terror, unable to comprehend the dark force that had been awakened. One by one, they abandoned the project, their fear overpowering their determination. Evelyn, watching from the safety of their home, held Sophia close as they witnessed the monster's wrath. "You did it, Sophia," she whispered, tears of relief streaming down her face. "You saved the garden." Sophia, still in awe of what she had seen, nodded. "We did it, Mom. Luna, the monster, and all of us together." As the last of the workers disappeared into the distance, the garden seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The birds returned to their songs, and the flowers lifted their heads to the sun. The magic of the garden had been preserved, thanks to the shadowy protection of the forest monster. Sophia and Evelyn knew that their victory came with a promise to respect the balance of nature and never again venture into the forest. The monster's warning was clear, and they would honor it. But for now, they could celebrate the safety of their home and the enduring magic of the garden. With Luna by their side, Sophia and Evelyn continued to cherish their sanctuary, grateful for the shadowy protector who had answered their call. Their journey was far from over, but together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that they were never truly alone. With the construction site abandoned and the garden saved, Evelyn and Sophia felt a profound sense of relief. The garden, once threatened by human encroachment, had been protected by forces beyond their understanding. Yet, the journey was not without its lasting impact. Days turned into weeks, and the garden began to flourish more vibrantly than ever. The flowers seemed brighter, the air fresher, and the animals more at peace. Luna continued to guide Sophia, teaching her about the delicate balance that kept the garden alive and thriving. One evening, as the sun set in a cascade of colors, Evelyn noticed something unusual. The garden seemed to be glowing with an ethereal light, and the air hummed with a gentle, melodic vibration. She called Sophia to join her, and together, they walked towards the source of the light. In the heart of the garden, where the flowers were most vibrant, they found Luna surrounded by a circle of glowing creatures, fairies, fireflies, and other magical beings. It was as if the entire garden had come alive to celebrate their victory. Luna floated towards Sophia and Evelyn, her wings shimmering. "The garden is safe now, thanks to your bravery and the monster's protection. But there is more to this place than meets the eye." Sophia's eyes widened with wonder. "What do you mean, Luna?" Luna smiled, her face radiant with joy. "The garden has always been a sanctuary, a place where nature and magic coexist. But now, it has become something even more extraordinary. It is a beacon of hope, a symbol of the power of nature to overcome adversity." As they watched, the garden's magic began to spread beyond its borders. The once dull and lifeless areas around the garden began to bloom, flowers bursting into color, trees growing taller and stronger. The transformation was breathtaking. Evelyn felt tears of joy welling up in her eyes. "It's beautiful, Luna. I never imagined something like this was possible." Luna nodded. "Nature has a way of healing itself, of reclaiming what was lost. This garden will stand as a testament to that power, a reminder that we must protect and cherish the world around us." As the garden continued to transform, the community took notice. People began to visit, drawn by the beauty and tranquility of the place. They marveled at the flowers, listened to the birds, and found peace in the natural harmony that had been restored. Sophia and Evelyn welcomed the visitors, sharing the story of the garden and the importance of preserving its magic. They spoke of the lessons they had learned, of bravery, friendship, and the enduring strength of nature. One day, a man approached Evelyn and Sophia. He introduced himself as the new head of the construction company, the son of the previous owner. "I've heard about what happened here," he said, "and I've seen the impact this garden has on the community. I want to help protect it." Sophia and Evelyn exchanged surprised glances. "How can you help?" Evelyn asked. The man smiled. "I've decided to turn this area into a nature reserve, a place where people can come to appreciate and learn about the beauty of nature. We'll fund its upkeep and ensure it remains a sanctuary for generations to come." Tears of gratitude filled Evelyn's eyes. "Thank you. This means so much to us and to everyone who loves this garden." Sophia beamed with happiness, knowing that their hard work and courage had led to this moment. The garden, once a hidden gem, was now a protected haven for all to enjoy. As the seasons changed, the garden flourished under its new guardianship. Sophia, Luna, and Evelyn continued to care for it, sharing its magic with everyone who visited. The story of their victory and the monster's protection became a legend, a tale of how nature's strength and magic could triumph over any threat. And so, the garden stood as a beacon of hope and resilience, a testament to the enduring power of nature and the extraordinary magic that lived within its bounds. Sophia and Evelyn, with Luna by their side, knew that they had not only saved their home but had also created a legacy that would inspire and protect for years to come. If you like the video, subscribe, like the video, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next videos.